The Sony Xperia 1.6 is here, and the hype has been insane. Did Sony truly revamp their flagship phone, or is it just a familiar face with a facelift? We'll be diving deep to see if the changes measure up. Did Sony go rogue or stay true to Xperia's core identity? Fear not, OG Xperia fans. The headphone jack and micro SD card are safe. But hold on, there are downgrades too, and the phone feels totally different. Buckle up as we dissect everything about the Xperia 1.6. Did Sony deliver a knockout or whiff on this one? Let's find out. The Xperia 1.6, despite its striking resemblance to its predecessor, presents a notably different feel. With an altered aspect ratio of 19.5, 9 from 21.9, and dimensions of 162.74 mm, 3 mm wider and shorter, it offers a wider and shorter form factor. Weighing a mere 192 grams, it stands lighter than many flagship competitors, underscoring Sony's commitment to a more ergonomic design. In terms of aesthetics, the Xperia 1.6 retains the ridged frame and textured glass back of its forerunner, aimed at mimicking the grip of a real camera. The elongated camera system remains positioned in the upper left corner of the back, housing familiar camera configurations. The display continues to offer symmetrical bezels without notches, ensuring an uninterrupted viewing experience. Notably, the inclusion of a dedicated camera shutter button and a side-mounted capacitive fingerprint scanner maintains familiarity and functionality. The Xperia 1.6 introduces changes reminiscent of the Galaxy S24 Ultra, particularly in its handling. Sony has also embraced a minimalist approach akin to Apple's removal of accessories from retail packaging in recent years. This decision, exemplified by omitting chargers and cables, reflects a trend toward environmental sustainability, albeit raising consumer convenience concerns. Turning to its display, the Xperia 1.6 debuts LTPO technology, supporting a variable 1 to 120 Hz refresh rate, promising improved battery efficiency. However, the shift to FHD+ resolution from 4K is a downgrade, impacting pixel density negatively on its 6.5-inch screen. On the brighter side, Sony claims a 50% increase in brightness, achieving nearly 1,500 nits in testing, placing it among the brightest flagships available. Color accuracy and temperature, while slightly cold in creator mode, offer excellent adjustability. The Xperia 1.6 retains the same 48MP Exmor RS sensor and f1.9 lens for its main camera, lacking significant hardware upgrades from its predecessor. Sony has implemented AI for functions like white balance, exposure, and eye-tracking autofocus. Similarly, the ultra-wide camera remains unchanged with its 12MP Exmor RS sensor and f2.2 lens. The telephoto camera has seen improvements, supporting a zoom range from 85 mm to 170 mm, 3.5x to 7.1x, with smooth transitions between these focal lengths. However, sample photos highlight nuanced performance issues. Images from the main camera exhibit detailed resolution at full 48MP, but struggle with dynamic range in darker conditions, often appearing flat. Ultra-wide shots lack detail and suffer from washed-out colors compared to the main camera. Similarly, the telephoto lens, while versatile in zoom capabilities, shows mixed results. At higher magnifications, photos tend to be overexposed and lose sharpness, with compromised dynamic range. Selfies and portraits show better results, displaying good detail and natural bokeh effects, even with the front camera. Video capabilities include 4K resolution at up to 120 frames per second, offering decent quality with adequate dynamic range and color fidelity under favorable lighting conditions. However, zooming during video recording impacts sharpness and stabilization effectiveness, diminishes at higher zoom levels. While the Xperia 1.6 showcases improvements in zoom functionality and AI-enhanced features, its main and ultra-wide cameras demonstrate marginal advancements over its predecessor, with notable limitations in dynamic range and low-light performance. The Xperia 1.6 is powered by Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, a predictable choice for a flagship device. However, what's notable is Sony's inclusion of a vapor chamber cooling system, a first for their smartphones, aimed at addressing historical overheating concerns. With a generous 12 GB of RAM and storage options of 256 GB and 512 GB, expandable via microSD up to 1.5 terabytes, storage flexibility remains robust. Synthetic benchmarks affirm its flagship status alongside other Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 devices, showcasing improved heat dissipation both numerically and in real-world usage. The phone feels responsive and swift across various tasks, a hallmark of high-end performance. A significant software update involves the consolidation of Sony's camera apps into a unified camera app. Previously, separate apps managed photography, videography, and cinematic recording experiences, catering primarily to professional users. This streamlined approach simplifies navigation and accessibility for all users while retaining robust pro functionalities within a cohesive interface. Beyond software, the Xperia 1.6 offers a familiar Sony experience with a clean Android interface supplemented by additional features. It promises 3 years of major OS updates and 4 years of security patches, although shorter than some competitors, ensuring continued software support and longevity. Sony's Xperia 1.6 introduces refinements in battery technology, boasting higher density materials despite retaining the same 5000 mAh capacity as its predecessor. With the implementation of a 1 to 120 Hz variable refresh rate and reduced screen resolution, Sony claims the device can last 2 days on a single charge, a claim substantiated to some extent in our testing. Equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, the Xperia 1.6 excels in browsing and gaming performance, leveraging its new LTPO screen and lower FHD resolution to optimize GPU efficiency. While it potentially offers prolonged battery life, the trade-off of sacrificing a 4K display remains a point of contention. Charging speeds appear unchanged, with assumed support for 30W wired and 15W wireless charging, achieving a full charge in approximately 81 minutes. Although not industry-leading, it aligns with competitors like the iPhone 15 Pro Max and Galaxy S24 Ultra, while brands such as Motorola and OnePlus offer faster alternatives. Audio features include a stereo front-facing speaker setup, delivering balanced sound with notable stereo effects and adequate bass, though not as robust as dedicated audio-centric devices like ROG phones. The inclusion of a headphone jack underscores Sony's commitment to user convenience, a rarity in current flagship trends. Haptic feedback is serviceable, providing functional response without being overly intrusive. Despite the FHD Plus screen perceived by some as a downgrade, its LTPO technology offers improved brightness over its predecessor. Sony's software experience has been streamlined for broader appeal, departing from previous iterations tailored primarily for photography enthusiasts. Whether this shift will resonate with consumers remains uncertain, especially given the Xperia 1.6's premium pricing of $1,399 amidst the resolution downgrade. While the Xperia 1.6 makes strides in mainstream competitiveness against flagship rivals, its market reception may hinge on acceptance of the screen trade-off and the perceived value proposition in a crowded premium smartphone segment.